Hey guys, welcome to the Kids Sunday video online. I'm so glad that you guys could join us. And we're starting something so new today. We are going to be putting our detective hats on and we're going to be looking for proof in the book of John that Jesus really is the Christ, the Son of God. Now I've got the 7 that I made on some scrap paper, and maybe you could do something like this at home, because each week I'm going to color in one of these circles about the story that we learn. And I'd love to see pictures of yours as well. And as we're going through the book of John, there's also a memory verse that we can learn together, and you can learn together with your family as well. It's John chapter 20, verse 30 and 31. Jesus did many other miraculous signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not recorded in this book. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and by believing in him, you may have life in his name. Now the Christ, it's not a surname, Jesus Christ, no, but we're going to be learning about what it means that he is the Christ and proof that he is really the Christ. Now I wonder if you have ever been to a wedding. Maybe you've been involved in one, maybe you've been a flower girl or a ring bearer, or maybe some of your family has gotten married recently. I don't know if you've spotted it, but I've got a photo of my brother and sister-in-law on their wedding day. This is my brother and sister-in-law on their wedding day. They look so beautiful. I love them so much. And it was such a good day, such a beautiful day as well. In today's story, we are going to be looking at a wedding that Jesus and his friends went to. So I'm going to be reading from John chapter 2, and it goes like this. On the 3rd day, a wedding took place in Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples had also been invited to the wedding. When the wine was gone, Jesus' mother said to him, "They have no more wine." "Dear woman, why do you involve me?" Jesus replied, "My time has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Nearby stood 6 stone water jars, the kind used by the Jews for ceremonial washing, each holding about 75 to 115 liters. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. Then Jesus told them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet." They did so, and the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. He did not realize where it had come from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. When he called the bridegroom aside, he said, "Everyone brings out the choice wine first, and then the cheaper wine after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best until now." This was the first of his miraculous signs Jesus performed at Cana in Galilee. He thus revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. Now I wonder, did you spot it? Did you spot what the big problem was? The big problem was that there was no more wine. Now this was a big problem in those days because the wedding lasted about a week in Jesus' time. And if there was no more wine, it was kind of like there was no more chips or cool drink or cake at a party, or maybe at a dance party, the music had been turned off. It was a big problem. And the person who was throwing the party or throwing the wedding could feel really embarrassed that there was no more wine. Did you see how Jesus fixed the problem? Jesus fixed the problem by making the best wine, by turning water into the best wine. Wow, only God could have done that. And Jesus also showed his amazing love in that he provided for what they needed. And did you spot the random thing that Jesus said in the middle? He said, "My time has not yet come." Wonder what that means. Jesus was talking about his time to die had not yet come. He would only later on die on the cross. Now, I've got a few questions for you guys at home to do with your families. So first of all, did you spot it? Did you spot how much wine Jesus provided? And did you spot what the disciples' reaction was? Now I also want you to work it out. What did the disciples believe? And maybe use the memory verse that we learned to help you do that. And then live it out as well. we can discover who Jesus is, just like the disciples did. Our faith can grow and grow and grow, and we can believe in him more and more each day. And I want you to think how you can show that you believe in Jesus this week at home with your parents. How you can live out and show that you believe in Jesus. And then I've also got a teen challenge for those teens watching, or maybe you're not a teen and you want to try it as well. And this is the challenge. So the time that Jesus spoke about in verse 4 is referring to his death. And he mentions this in John a few other times. I want you to go through the book of John. I've given you some clues in the question, and to find out what need could his death on the cross provide for. And then I want you guys to pray. Say sorry for something, say thank you for something, and then I want you to pray and please help us, God, for something as well. So sorry, please help me, and thank you. But before you do that, I'm going to pray for you that this can be a wonderful time for you and your family. Let's pray. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much that you turned water into wine, Lord. Thank you that our faith in you could grow and grow and grow, just like the disciples. I pray for this time now with the families as they discuss this question, or these questions, that it would be a good time and that they would also learn more about you. Thank you so much that you did die on the cross for us, and I just praise in your name. Amen.